Hey everyone, it's Kale from Open Enso Dojo, and I'm bringing an updated version today of my best investing apps. I made one a couple of years ago, and I'm going to update it now because times change. And I've experimented with new and different things, and a lot of people have been requesting because of the state of the market that I do an updated one of these. So I've come up with 4 of my best investing app options, all of which I've personally used, and each one is kind of in a different category and will benefit a different type of person, or with a different type of investment goal. So we'll go ahead and get right into it and start with the first one being social finance, or SoFi. And I think this one is great for those who want comprehensive money management and maybe more of a um, fully involved platform. And so the pros of this is a full spectrum of financial offerings. So SoFi offers all kinds of things. They have a checking account. You can do just an investment account. You can do an investment account where you're trading and you're pretty much day trading. You can buy whatever securities during the market hours. And then there's also a SoFi automated investing where you can use it like a robo-advisor, and they'll pick a customized thing of ETFs, not unlike Wealthfront in my last review. And so there's all kinds of different options. There's also student loan refinancing, private student loans, personal loans, home loans, credit score monitoring, small business financing, all kinds of things like that. It has a social and community focus too. There's events. So they're trying to bring, and that's the social finance, right? They're trying to bring a social aspect to finance. It's really cool as well, because not only does this have no fees, just like 3 out of 4 of the ones I'm going to present today, but you also get free access to financial advisors and free access to career help. So that's something I haven't come across anywhere else. And as far as I know, I don't know anywhere else that offers that. So if you want to talk to a financial advisor, you just book a time and you can talk to them as long as you have an account. And I think that's a really neat feature. The cons are, if you are going to go the automated investing with the robo-advisor aspect, SoFi uses specific SoFi ETFs. And these ETFs, as opposed to Vanguard or Schwab, have much higher expense ratios, some of them even up to 10 times. Vanguard and Schwab have expense ratios. Their broad market ones are 0.03 currently, and SoFi 0.29 for some. So it's 10 times. So, it is free, but that's something to keep in mind. Checking account interest rate lower than most competitors. So I'm also going to do one on M1 Finance that also has a checking account. And right now, the interest rate isn't competitive. Of course, interest rates are variable, and that might not be true in the future. But as of right now, if you want to choose a checking account with a higher interest rate, there are all kinds of other options. Some people like having it all in one place, and SoFi is great for that, having it an integrated, your investment and everything else. But there are other options for that too. The other thing in my experience is that the withdrawal speed is fairly slow, and I guess that could be a positive security aspect, but I would put something in and then would try to withdraw it right away, and I'd have to wait like 10 days, 2 weeks for it to show up and be in my available balance to withdraw again. And so moving on, I'm going to try to make this video a little quicker than the last one I did. M1 Finance, and I think this one's great. This one's my personal favorite. Customized robo-advising. And so the pros of M1 Finance are that it's fully customizable and automated investing with 0 fees. Again, this one has 0 fees. You can do fractional shares, and they have something called, they refer to as dynamic rebalancing. And this is really cool. So with M1 Finance, you create a pie, which I also believe is a really great visual representation. On something like Robinhood or Webull, it shows your holdings just kind of in a list down. And it's really hard for you to get any kind of representation of the full makeup of your portfolio, no matter how large or small it is. And so it's a really cool aesthetic thing that is unique to M1 Finance mostly. And it's great because the dynamic rebalancing means that you can set the target allocation for each of your holdings. And so if you're auto investing and you're having deposits go in from your checking account every month, it will automatically invest in the underweighted portions to try to get you back. So try to get you back to your target allocation. So what it does, not only does that help you keep automatic rebalancing with your new things without tax implications from selling things, but it also captures value in your portfolio. So instead of just buying everything across the board, it's buying the most underweight, which is also currently the most undervalued one. So I really like that aspect of M1 Finance and that really cool technology for those who enjoy hands-off investing. like I do. And it's very user-friendly and functional interface. As I was talking about the M1 Pi structure, if you look at the interface in this, it's really, really great. And it's got an array of other features such as low-interest borrowing and a checking account. And it can all be integrated. They have something called M1 Spend, where you can access your cash with an M1 checking account and debit card. They'll send you a debit card. You can also borrow. And there's also an M1 Plus account you can pay a little bit extra for, but it comes with extra cheaper borrowing and more cash back on your spending. The cons of M1 Finance. So this is my recommendation for the people who want to do the passive investing. I liked Wealthfront previously in the past, but now I like M1 much better. I like having more control over my holdings. There were some of the holdings in Wealthfront that I really liked, but there's some that I didn't, and there was just no way to switch it out. Also, Wealthfront charges a fee. After a certain amount, you have to pay a 0.25% on all of your holdings, and so M1 doesn't have that. It's completely fee free, and so that's something that's important. So there's no tax loss harvesting for M1 like there was on Wealthfront, although because of the way the dynamic rebalancing works and everything else, and when they sell things, they also focus on tax minimization. Unless tax loss harvesting is very important for you, I still like M1 a lot better. But for those who are maybe making a lot of transactions or want to use the tax loss harvesting because they have a high tax burden, M1 does not offer that. The other thing about M1 is that the customer service hours and response time could be a little bit improved. You can only contact them during market hours while the market's open. And, it usually takes a few days for them to get back, in my experience. You can call them directly, and you just have to wait a little bit longer on the phone than maybe you would a little other places. But on the phone, I found to be better. Final thing is limited trading windows. So this is a passive income investment. This isn't something you want to use for day trading. The day trading one is coming up next. My recommendation for that. This is for long-term investors, especially M1 is especially attractive for dividend investors who want to hold for the long term. It automatically reinvests dividends, and it does it, like I said, in a smart way that always tries to hit your target allocation. And because you can buy in fractional shares, it's constantly replenishing that. But it only buys one time per day, which is in the morning. If you do M1, if you upgrade to M1 Plus, you can also choose with an afternoon trading window, but this isn't a service for someone who wants to be able to control when to get in, when to get out all the time at any time during or before or after trading hours, like we'll see in the next one here. Because the next one's going to be Webull. Webull is really great for more technical day trading, not for the passive investor, but one who wants to be a little bit more active. And the longer super active on Webull. I use some of the tools and I still have an account, but I don't have many holdings there. I consider Webull to be an improved version of Robinhood. I think, they are different in certain ways, but for me, they're both similar in that you can day trade, you can get in and out. Neither of them have fees. Webull, you have extended trading hours available. You can trade pre-market and post-market. So if you really want to just be jumping in and out of the market all the time, even before and after the market, Webull's great. They also offer cool little functions, like they have free trading contests where they give you some play money and you invest in it. So it's great for people who want to test out maybe some technical trading things and kind of play around with it and have kind of fun. The other thing is they have interactive community features within that. So within the trading contest, you can share your score and you can comment on other people's things and how well they did, and you have usernames. And so that's kind of a fun aspect of it. They also have great research, analysis, and technical tools. I think they really exceed with Robinhood in that kind of aspect. And there are some other things of Robinhood. I haven't included them in this one because I included them in my first one. And I honestly think Webull is the better choice because I think they're in the same category. So I'm kind of choosing my favorite of each category. The cons are, unlike Robinhood, they don't offer fractional shares. And they don't have automatic reinvesting. The technical interface can be intimidating for the inexperienced, so it took me a little while to just kind of get used to the app. It wasn't as maybe user-friendly, but I also realized that once you did kind of get an understanding of how it worked, it really offered more technical. Because it was more technical, it's a little bit more intimidating, a little bit less user-friendly, but once you understand the technical, or if you're someone who's really technically inclined, it offers a lot of extra features that would be really cool for that. Also, narrow product offering. Robinhood offers a checking account and a money account. Webull currently does not. And they offer an IRA and an individual brokerage account, but it's nothing like SoFi Money or even M1 where they offer much more than that. And then so finally, Coinbase, which for any of you who are interested at all in crypto, there's all kinds of crypto options out there, but very few of them are legitimate or safe, at least currently, and that can be up for debate. But Coinbase is a legitimate insured crypto trading option and a platform for that. So the pros are it's trusted and secure platform in a new industry where that is rare. It's rare for there to be something that's trusted and secure. It's been around for many years now, and a lot of other ones are new or popping up or aren't insured or don't have a track record or anything else like that. So they also offer an auto invest option now for recurring buys, which I think is cool because you can utilize dollar cost averaging for reducing the extreme volatility of cryptocurrency, which is arguably the most volatile. If you think the market's volatile, I mean, cryptocurrency is incredibly volatile. So if you could set up a dollar cost averaging type of thing, it can really help smooth that out. So it's really great that they're offering that feature. We'll note, though, as I get into the cons, that there are fees for trading. So it might make that less appealing as opposed to something like M1 where you can just do deposits all the time and frequent auto deposits, and they're all completely free. So there is a cost for that here, so it's something to keep in mind. They have a learn and earn option where you can learn about cryptocurrency and then maybe even earn cryptocurrency at the end, depending on availability. And usually, sometimes there's a waiting list. Sometimes you can just do it right away. It just depends on the inventory of that and what they're offering at the current time. And it's supported by many financial management interfaces. It's legitimate enough, and it's been around for long enough that you can integrate this. Like, so if when I have my financial platform that shows all of my assets from all of my different sources, Coinbase is well known enough where I can integrate that and I can keep an eye on my crypto, right? And it's great for crypto beginners. A lot of cryptocurrency, is very difficult for people dealing in what they call fiat money, which is just what your regular currency, and it can be very difficult there's a little bit of a learning curve to figuring out how to use the money you have to just buy crypto. And so Coinbase makes that really easy. The cons are, again, this is the only one, and it's also the newest type of platform. I mean, cryptocurrency has been around not that long, right? Relative to other asset classes. And so there's a trading fee of 1.49%. And if it's a smaller transaction, that'll get eaten up a little bit more. And I'll do a little bit retouch on a math example soon. Unimpressive customer support. They weren't really as helpful in certain instances that I needed, and they kind of gave me the runaround a little bit. Luckily, it wasn't a super important issue. And then the verification initially is very extensive, more so than anywhere else. And so you can argue that in crypto, that's very important for security. But you also aren't given your crypto keys, and that's what a lot of people's gripes with Coinbase is. But for someone who's brand new and a beginner, and it's intimidating and all this kind of stuff, and you don't want to have hardware and do all the technology, I think Coinbase is actually a really good option to get into crypto if it's otherwise too intimidating. And so the final thing I want to just talk about here is why all three except for Coinbase, and if there was a crypto one that offered no fees, but there isn't, I would probably give that a serious look. How math really hurts and how fees are really crucial. For something like Acorns, $1 a month fee for accounts up to 5,000, and then 0.25% fee over that. So if you have a tiny account, which a lot of people do, Acorns do, because it just rounds up, right? That $1 fee is costing you 5% in equity every month. And if you're not earning that much, then you're actually losing money. And even if you're earning 10, which is a really great return, you're actually cutting that in half. So all these fee-free things, and it's also why, consult a financial advisor, but some financial advisors are, if they're taking a cut, they're taking such a large cut, and there's so many great robo and other offers out there. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. But just also do research on the impact of fees on any kind of account here. So we have different types of things, percent equity lost from fees with that Acorns example specifically, right? Even when it goes up to 0.25%, you're still paying a fee. I used to use Wealthfront, but there were so many other fee-free options where I got more customization that, I just had to move on. And so now there are better options.